So I've been seeing these figures from HL Pro for quite some time now, and I've never bought a figure from HL Pro. These are uh, two different versions of two different robots from the Grendizer. I believe these are both single episode enemies, and I saw them, but I never sprung for them. And well, it's sold out now, but it is 30% off from 165 down to 115.50, and so I decided to give it a try. Why not? And I looked out here on HLJ, and that seems to be about the price. So it's not some kind of inflated price for a Western market. And I'm hoping that next year, given that it's the 50th anniversary of Grendizer, that we're going to be seeing a lot related to Grendizer. I don't know, maybe not, but we've had the 50th anniversary of Mazinger Z. And so my biggest hope is that Grendizer will finally get a Western release, the original series, because I'd love to see it. It's considered the continuation of Mazinger Z and Great Mazinger, so I would love to see it. And maybe some more figures. Bandai didn't make a lot of Grendizer figures. They may have only made Grendizer himself. But here is the Bandai Grendizer. This is their Solo Chogokin figure, and it's really nice. It's a gorgeous figure. And then this is Gon Gon. Like I said, a single episode. I think the box is pretty cool. I like the classic 1970s artwork, and it's a very compact box, so that's nice. The moment I picked this up, I was like, oh, this has got some nice weight to it. It's probably not exactly I mean, Grendizer is clearly taller, so they're two different companies, so that's probably not in scale, unless Grendizer was particularly tall. So I like the weight. I like the fact that I could feel a lot of metal around here. It is Metaltech. But the more these two pieces, by the way, had to be attached. They were a little bit of a challenge to get on, but not that bad. It's not super impressive. The problems are the joints are rather stiff. They are not. They do not have the smoothness of a Sola Chogokin figure or a lot of the other high-end figures. So $115 is not nothing. That's 30% off. So they're all ratchet joints, and I think the paint feels nice, or it looks nice. It's got a good paint job on it. I don't see any slopping, any mistakes or anything. But also, just feeling the plastic, it doesn't feel like the kind of quality plastic that I see on high-end figures. So, I'm. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I'd love to see the series. I'd love to see this enemy. I don't know why they chose this particular enemy to make a figure out of. And they've also done, in here you could see the other one, Jin Jin. And they've done other ones. These are not the only ones that they've done. And I've seen other companies that have created single episode villains from Grendizer. It's a little bit interesting to make a character based, but I have the feeling these are very Japan centric. These aren't nearly as appealing to a Western audience, particularly since I don't believe that the West has ever gotten an official Grendizer release. But if Jin Jin went on sale for 30% off, I probably still wouldn't buy it, because I'm just not that impressed by the build quality, the plastics, the joints. This arm just doesn't want to go down. I mean, I'm not saying it feels like a cheap figure. It does have quite a bit of metal, but it's definitely not the quality of a Sola Chogokin figure, which would be similar price. I think I probably didn't pay that much more than $100, probably more like 120 when I originally got Grendizer. Significantly, well, it's taller, more material, a lot of metal, and just a nicer figure all around. And I honestly am not that into Grendizer since I've never seen the anime anyway. So um, it was an experiment to try out HI. I like to try different companies, but I'm just not that impressed. If I was super into Grendizer and wanted all of the different, or some of the enemies to put in a display, I might get more. But I think this experiment probably convinced me that HL Pro is perhaps not for me. So anyway, that is Gone Gone, which is MT13 Metaltech from HL Pro.